Hi everybody, from me, Brent Graham. Welcome to the Stage 6 betting preview of the Tour de France. We'll also do a quick wrap-up of Stage 5 and have a look at all of the latest betting. Well, Tadej Pogačar, I can tell you he started 33-1 for the time trial in Stage 5. Most people certainly at the start of the Tour thought that this was a stage where he was going to potentially lose a bit of time to Roglic. Of course, in fairness to Roglic, he was badly banged up and in fact, in my opinion, performed quite well above expectations in the time trial himself. But let's just have a look at these results. Pogačar is now firmed, I can tell you, to very, very strong favourite to win the Tour de France. He beat Stefan Kung, a time trial specialist, by 19 seconds. And you could see the look on Kung's face when Pogačar crossed the line. He simply could not believe that he had lost it from there. Jumbo-Visma's Jonas Vingegaard, he had said he was going to go for a good time trial, and what a brilliant time trial he delivered. He was the top Jumbo-Visma man ahead of Wout van Aert, who, of course, was the stage favourite. And then Mathieu van der Poel. Is there anything this man cannot do? He's retained the yellow jersey with an absolutely superb ride. My stage pick at 8-1, Kasper Asgreen, but he looked good at the first intermediate split, but he did fade away, eventually finishing 6th. And Primož Roglic, well, hats off to the man. If you saw a picture of him, how battered and bruised he was, body rash all over the place, road rash all over the place. An excellent performance by him, really, to come 7th and keep his Tour de France hopes alive. Right, let's have a look at the general classifications and just see what that's done to it. We'll have a quick look here. If I sound a bit tired, my voice a bit strained. It's 1 o'clock in the morning, South African time. I've had quite a bit of work to do, and I've got an early start, which is why I need to do the video now as well. It's absolutely a bugger. Anyway, Mathieu van der Poel, he is still the yellow jersey. He actually kept exactly the same lead as he had, except there's now a new man in second. It's Tadej Pogačar, and I was just pleased for Mathieu van der Poel that he hung on to yellow. And I don't think Pogačar will be that unhappy about the fact that he doesn't have to defend the yellow jersey yet. Wout van Aert, he's sitting in 3rd spot at the moment. We'll see the stage betting now. He says he is going to start sprinting the stages. It probably just means Jumbo-Visma as well, not wanting to put all their eggs in the Roglic basket, given the situation. Julian Alaphilippe, well, I expected a little bit more from him in the time. Probably didn't deliver a bad one, but he has dropped down now to 4th spot. Lutsenko did a good time trial in 5th. Pierre Latour, he's riding very well as well. And then Rigoberto Urán, I backed him for a top 3 in the time trial. Unfortunately, he didn't arrive, and it has just been one of those Tour de France's for me so far. Just want to talk, let's actually go to the outright betting first, and I'll pop on to Sunbet. Here we've got the general classification. Pogačar now short is 7-20, Primož Roglic 7-1. We've got Carapaz at 12s and Alaphilippe at 33. So the question is this Tour de France over? And the answer, I think, is not yet. I mean, certainly Pogačar is the best rider there, and I think he was probably the best rider with or without Roglic in top form. But if you think about the way it went last year for Pogačar, he pretty much got to sit there with the Jumbo-Visma train, and they would chase down all the attacks. And ultimately, him and Roglic would do battle, and in the end, Pogačar took it on the final time trial. But now we've got an interesting situation because he's, in effect, a convincing leader. If you look at it, let's just go back here. He's how far ahead of Roglic is he? He's Roglic sitting at 1 minute 48 behind him. Carapaz 1 minute 44. I mean, these guys are going to have to do something. What's going to be quite interesting is you've still got, at this stage, a few Ineos riders, a few Jumbo-Visma riders that can put a bit of pressure on Pogačar. And Pogačar has a decent team. He doesn't have a particularly strong team. They're certainly not a team, in my opinion, that's well set up to defend a lead for the better part of at least 2 weeks, because I expect Pogačar will take the lead over the weekend sometime. So, yeah, I mean, and, you know, at the end of the day, yes, Pogačar is strong. But now if you think of a situation in the mountains, if Ineos have got 2 or 3 riders within 5 or 6 minutes and Jumbo-Visma have got a couple, you know, last year what would happen is someone would attack and Wout van Aert would close the gap, and Pogačar and Roglic would sort of stay with them. Now what's going to happen is someone's going to attack, and Jumbo-Visma are going to say, not a chance are we chasing an Ineos rider. They're going to look to Tadej Pogačar. And if Pogačar doesn't have teammates with him, and I think there's a fair chance of that at some stage in the mountains, it's not going to be easy. The guy's an incredible athlete, but he's not superhuman at the end of the day. 7-20, probably a fair reflection of his chances. But I can tell you, had this been the other way around, had Roglic been leading by this amount, I would say it was Tour over, because he's got the team that could control it. but I'm not convinced Pogacar can. So what I'm trying to tell you is I think we've still got a race on our hands. Anyway, let's go and have a look at the other classification betting. Not a lot of changes in the King of the Mountains. Pogacar there, the 7-1 favourite. Cavendish still favourite for the green jersey at 9-4. Obviously, not a lot of movement there. And same thing with the team classification. Not much movement at all. Got to go to World Sports Betting to have a look at their stage betting. In fact, let's just pop through and have a look at the profile. It's pretty flat, this one. This one's definitely going to be a sprint finish. Probably get a fairly weak break going away. And we'll have the likes of Quickstep and Alpecin just controlling things and bringing it in for an excellent bunch sprint. So then let's have a look at the betting. Cavendish now 2-1 favourite. I would never have thought that you'd find Cavendish starting favourite for a Tour de France stage again. But after that brilliant victory of his on Tuesday, that's exactly the case here. He's 2-1. Tim Merlier, he won a stage 3. He's 28-10. What happened to him on stage 4? Well, simply put, his team said, sorry, Tim, you are now leading out Jasper Philipsen, and that's exactly what he did. I've no doubt that they're going to come to their senses, and Merlier will be the one sprinting for them tomorrow, or today, I suppose I should say, at 1:10 a.m. in the morning. Merlier 28-10. You got Wout van Aert, who now said he is going to sprint, but I don't know. He just, he has recovered from this appendicitis thing, and he just doesn't look his best, even in the time trial today. Not that he rode a bad time trial, but he was the favourite ultimately to win and didn't run a podium spot. Arnaud Demar, I'm not too sure what the story is with him and his team. He finished well down the field in the last sprint stage. Jasper Philipsen, well, he's probably going to lead Tim Merlier out, but he could hang on maybe for a 5th or 6th spot. If they do choose to sprint for him, then obviously he's got a chance, but surely they will go for Merlier. Mats Pedersen, this could be a sprint that suits him. I think he's 14-1. Nasser Bahani, runner-up in his last one, is 14, so you can get 18-1 and better the balance. Who am I backing in this stage? Well, you might want to know who I'm backing, so you know who not to back, because that's been my form. Although I must say it has been quite surprising. 5 stages and 5 favourites rolled in the Tour de France. Normally in the Tour de France, you get a good few favourites arriving. I'm looking to roll another favourite in Cavendish, and I'm going 2 units on Merlier to win at 28-10, and I'm taking that at World Sports Betting. And of course, they've got their money back special for second. I keep talking about this money back special, but I barely get to take advantage because most of my selections are not even challenging second place. Let's just hope Alpecin Phoenix play it the way I want them to. They lead Merlier out, and he goes on to win. 2 units on him. I need to start my fight back. Thanks, everyone. Anyway, enjoy the stage. I'm probably going to watch a recorded version and look forward to joining you for the Stage 7 preview. I haven't looked at the profile of Friday yet, but I know we can start getting into some hills, and we've got a big weekend ahead of us as well. Just a reminder, you can catch our Durban July show on Wednesday night. That will be loaded probably Thursday night, and also our live rugby show. That's at 9 o'clock. So do hit the subscribe button and give us a like if you enjoyed the video. Cheers, everyone.